All right, everybody. So today is going to be an unboxing, and I got a new bow, basically, and then I got all the components here to show you guys what I'm going to be running. First things first is we're going to put brand new strings on it. We're going to go with a flow yellow color. Is what we're going to do, flow yellow. So that way, because that's my favorite color. And then we've got, I'm assuming you guys can already figure this out, but we're going to go with Mathews. I got the limb legs from Mathews. Then I went out and got a UV grip, custom grip, 2.0 grip. Then we got a 12-inch stabilizer. And then we've got a 2-piece low pro quiver and a QAD ultra rest. So without further ado, let me get the limb legs out real quick. Got a knife here, and we may only be able to get this thing paper tuned today because well, not me, but it's pretty windy today, so we might not be able to do exactly what we want to do outside as far as shooting goes. But here she is in all her glory. This is the ARC 34 for that 32-inch draw link that I've got to have. So we'll just get this box out of the way real quick and get some limb legs on here. So this is the new ARC, and I really want to, first things first is get some strings on it, obviously, and then we'll probably just go ahead and put the components on it now while I've got the limb legs on. So we'll get that out of the way. I don't know if you guys can hear all that outside, but it's pretty windy today, so that's fun. But we are going to take the UltraView rest off of my XD and put it on here. That's why there's no sight. And that's what we're going to do with that. And then I'm actually going to take this old Excel Hunter, Exact B3 Hunter, and it's going to go on my XD. This is going to be my turkey rig for this year because I just got some Dirty Bird headlopper broadheads from B-Reel. So I'm going to probably do a little bit of a time lapse and not show you guys putting on all this stuff. And yeah, so we'll do that real quick and get all this stuff popped on here, and hopefully.
color.
Okay, so here is the build complete, other than we have got to put, hold on, there we go. Yep, so this is it complete. We've got the 12-inch stabilizer, 2-piece quiver. I like to run my arrows on my bow at all times. I don't like to take off a quiver anymore. Just another step I got to mess with when I've already got to deal with all these cameras. So just another thing I really don't care for, but because I've got like 3 or 4 cameras out right now. But anyways, this is it, and we're going to next, we'll be putting on the sights, and then we'll probably do some paper tuning and, you know, go from there. But this is, so far it's looking real good. I like it a lot. And then, you know, this is the first bow build in the new shop, brand new shop that I just put together in the last week or so. Just got everything in today. The strings was the last thing I was waiting on to put this thing together for you guys. Like I said, we'll probably do some paper tuning. On the ARC 34, there is a perfect hole up top here, right up here, perfect, to put a 1/4-20 bolt through. And if you've been watching any of my shorts lately on YouTube, you'll know that the 1/4-20 bolt is right there, right through there. And then we'll put some washers on it and kind of tinker with that a little bit. Probably put a washer on the back side, then run that through, run a nut there, do then if you got any idea what this might be for, it's going to be for a selfie view camera, DJI Nano. I've got one mounted on the XD right here, right just above the sight. You can see the little magnet clip here. Now with this one, since I found a different spot for it, way up high, it should be a little bit more of a down angle, get more of the arrow and myself in the field of view. Anyway, that's the goal. All right. D-loop install. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we go in this one, if I remember right, and then we go on the back side of it and then stick the knot through, just like that. All right, now we can give it a little tug. I'm not going to get it too tight though yet, just because I don't want to there's that. Okay, got our D-loop on. Now we're going to put this back in the press, and we are going to put a peep in. Okay, running a G5 1/4 inch. At least that's what I've got on right now. If it's too big, I do have I think it's 3/16. Size is smaller than this. Okay, we got to go. That is backwards. There we go. That's right. Okay. All right. Oh, oh. Make sure none of the rest of them wanted to pop out. Second there. And then we'll have to put this back in, but for the most part, we're pretty well done. We just got to, we'll have to put it back in the press for putting the MX2 lines through. And then I think other than that, that's pretty much the only other reason to put it in the press. Unless I've got to, unless I got to do some other funky stuff. But that's pretty much it for the time being. But anyways, here she is now. We got a peep on and D-loop tied in and not looking too bad. I'm looking at this. I put the peep in wrong. There, now we've got it in right. Let's see if we've got the height right. We'll go ahead and pull back on this for the first time. Let's see if there's any peep twist or anything too while we're at it. Now we need to put an arrow in it just in case. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be high enough or not. Yeah, no, that's not high enough. Peep height's way too short. That's okay though, because we can go way up. And now that I've basically had to move it a full rotation, I've got to turn the peep back around the way I just got done having it. So we go pop, pop, just like that. And we'll go back out. And now we're going to try this again. Yep, I like where that is sitting a lot. I really, really like where that's sitting. It's perfect. So we'll pull the arrow out. Whoops, didn't mean to kick you. And then, yep, so all we got to do now is we're going to put it in a draw board, check for timing, and I think I'm going to swap out that peep to the smaller one. I think it's just a little bit too big. Just got to put the other one right where that one is, and then we'll take that one out, and it'll be fine. All right, other peep. Thank you. All right. Yep, 3/16 is what this one is. So. All right. Now we'll just try one more time. Make sure I like where the peep is, where it's sitting at. Make sure oh yeah, that's perfect. Yep, that is exactly how I like that. All right. Perfect. Now all that's left to do is we're going to put the D-loop material through here, and we'll just run it all the way through, and then I guess after that we're going to check for timing at some point. We'll get there some point today. We might shoot this sucker today. Okay, now what we're gonna do is gonna knock an arrow, just like we're getting ready to shoot the thing. We're gonna move the rest up, and now when we pull back the string, this black string should extend through. That way we can basically, that's gonna give us a spot to cut and then burn. Okay. And then I don't know if you saw that, but now we've got all this slack in it. And before I just pulled it as hard as I could. Now we got slack. So now we'll cut it off, burn it, and it'll be ready to go. And then just make dang sure that you do not burn any of them fibers on the string, the actual string, the flow yellow. So we got that off of there. I just got to burn it, and we're gonna go might go like this, so that way I don't actually burn it. I don't know how much of that y'all can see, but just want to pull that back. Just enough. And that's it on that. And then, yep, that's all she wrote there. Now, I think we're pretty much ready to do, what is it? What are we ready to do? Paper tune? We ready to do some paper tuning or some shooting? Probably need to tie that peep in a little bit. I need to get this off of there too. There's that. And then what we might do is just a fuzz. Okay. String. Don't need a whole lot here. This is just to just to get us by for now. I'll do an actual Peep install here after a bit, but we're just gonna basically do a couple overhand knots for now, so that way the Peep don't go flying out while we're shooting this sucker. And do that, and then come back down yonder to the bottom, tie it in down there, and then one more time up top, and that'll be all she wrote there. I'm just gonna burn it. Okay, I think we are about ready to give this sucker a shooting. Okay. Wow, very nice bullet hole right off the rip. That's I've never had that happen before. That's a new one on me. We're gonna run that back though and do that again. I never did find out what poundage I'm pulling though. I never did that, so. Yeah, it don't get much better than that, guys. That's pretty good here. Let's take a look at both of those, huh? Those are two very nice bullet holes right through there. So I'd say setting that sucker up, which was fairly easy. That's definitely the easiest bow I've ever set up. 82.98. There, maybe you can get it there now. Okay. Now, done that, let's see about speeds. We got bow, yes, 469 grain arrow, and let's see what we get. Okay, so this is the speed on the new ARC that I just built and put together. It's got 80-pound mods, 85% let off, because they didn't have 80 when I went to buy it. So we got 85% let off. I wanted 80 though. And then we've got a 469 grain arrow and 32-inch draw length. So this bow is 100% maxed out. There's nothing left. 32-inch draw is all you get. So let's see what speed we got. 323.7. Okay. Maybe we'll do another one. We'll do two more just to be on the safe side. And then don't worry about that rattling. My camera mount that's on the bow came loose. I'm gonna fix it here in a minute. But I want to get you guys these speeds real quick. 325.4. Okay, one more. All right, one more time. .323.9. So from the XD to the ARC, the same arrow, I've gained almost 10 feet a second, almost. I was shooting about 315, I think was my average, 316.2, somewhere in there. This one's getting around on my average about 324, so about 8 feet a second faster, which means I should, in theory, get more distance as long as I have vane clearance on my scope housing. But anyways, wanted to get you guys some feet per second on maxing out the ARC 34.